And more of the Arabics, more of the Asians, actually, every single day that you see them, especially the Indians, you would never see an Indian go for too long without putting on one thing that sends a signal that this person is from India or Pakistan. And this is not so with our people. And if we cannot at least get something that reflects or sends out that signal as a father to our children, but that, hey, this is what I am. This is part of me. This is my culture. I wonder how possible it will be for these children to see that thing of any value. Do you think it is okay for us to just let go simply because we can't afford it?
You asked, I want to answer that question with a question you asked me before. You talked about festivals. And it's so weird that in the festivals, like I've seen here in Europe, for African people, it's all about, okay, food. Apart from food, it's just entertainment. People going to dance, people going to hang out, people going to relate, people going to do this and that, which is good. But I think it would be also a very good platform for us if we have like African designers to showcase what they have.
Right.
I mean, you have said that Indians, you always notice them by the way they dress. And even every person from the different parts of the world, you notice them by the way they dress. That is also a form of identity. So, for example, this attire that we are putting on, we need to have designers, if we actually have them, and I know they are there, who are really taking it to the next level of trying to print out and embrace our culture and advertise it to the whole world. And people, we should not be afraid to, if like there are big functions and let's say you are an African man, you are being recognized for something big and you've been invited on a platform, you shouldn't be ashamed to come dressed the way you're dressed.
Bro.
Because
what's bad about this?
Yeah.
Trust me, you don't know how I feel each time I get into this thing. I feel like I'm protected by some forces.
Yes.
I feel like this is a bulletproof. I'm telling you, this is spiritual to me.
Yeah.
And it's so close to my heart.
True.
But the shocking truth about it is, I feel like not just being able to afford it, but people feel more westernized.
Yeah. That you cannot put it on.
I do put on my suits. I love suits, yeah. But trust me, there are events that I would rather come out like this.
Yes.
And I have more than 2 pieces of this.
Yeah.
This is because this is the only thing that I have left.
Yeah.
That should not be tampered with.
Yeah. And I agree with you.
So I feel like a lot of us should feel that way.
Yes.
I see a lot of Kenyans putting on their beads around their wrists. You already know for sure that this one is from Kenya.
Exactly. Even Tanzania.
That is it.
Yeah.
So those little things to give out that signal, to show your identity, to make your kids understand that, hey, this is where daddy is from and it's more spiritual. I think we should pay more attention to these things.
And we shouldn't be so diverted. I mean, there are these people who think that some part of the culture is really bad because they are so spiritual. They are into
that's even something that even scares me sometimes.
I mean, there are as I say, there are some practices that are bad that I also don't believe in. But I mean, do
you think they are bad because they are bad, or you think they are bad because somebody has made you to see it to be bad?
Exactly. I think they are bad because someone has made me to see them bad. Exactly.
So this is part of the education that we must stand for.
Yeah. You shouldn't be afraid to dress the way you're dressing because someone is going to call you a witch. Because there is that ignorance in some people, and they think that if someone dresses up like in an African attire, oh, that person is, I don't know, they are practicing what?
You feel like, okay, you are a primitive person.
Yes, you're primitive.
You are not classy.
No, that's, I don't
Bro, even the spirits are scared when they see me coming like this. Because there is something powerful about this garment. I can't lie to you. I feel proud of this.
Yeah.
And nothing should stop me from doing my libation as Africans, because I know who I am supposed to call, my ancestors in every case. So no man should come someday and tell me as an African that it is wrong for me to do a libation, to acknowledge that people who came before me and paved a way for me to be who I am. Bro, have you noticed that if your ancestors were witches and wizards, you are a witch in the making? Because in the nearest future, you are going to become an ancestor. So will it be fair for somebody to come tell your kid that your ancestor was a witch simply because he or she does not know you or knew your dealings? Is it fair?
I don't think it's fair. But as I said, it is we who make the practices bad. I mean, it's we who make some of our principles bad. I mean, some of the things that define us bad. For example, if you know that maybe these things have been planted to use them for a certain reason, and then you are using it for another negative reason. For example, you use it, for example, as a barrier for like maybe your siblings or the people you have grown up with in your family, to stop them from getting education, getting information. That's when it becomes a problem. But so long as you have not done that, it is very 100% to be who you are. And this is something as the children in the diaspora should know. They should appreciate their culture. They should go back to their countries once in a while, talk to them, embrace them. This is the way that we as Africans are going to do things that are intentional. I was listening to a podcast some time back, and then there was a gentleman, I'll not mention his name, he was saying that Africans do things which are not intentional. And I really picked sense from what he was trying to say, because you could realize his point of arguing that we start up things, and then someone starts up a thing, but then they don't know the tomorrow of this thing that they have started. They don't look at the future.
Long-term goals.
Yes. Yeah. They don't look at the development. They don't look at, and in the long run, you find that it is like hanging. It's like washing, and then you put in the mud. You hang, and then you put in the mud. Yeah. You find we have good people who have really done a lot of good things, but because we're simply not intentional, we simply don't know that the future is very paramount to us.
Right.
We are going to disorganize it ourselves, and in the very end, it will be a waste. So that thing goes back to culture. If you have been embraced with the culture, you're going to have we can have some of the children that have grown up from here in Europe, in this in these first world countries that are highly developed. They have everything, be it as in every aspect of life. A first world country is, and it has everything which can help our African countries. So if the parents do their duty, if the elders do their duty, we are going to have an African spirit rising in these kids, and they're going to go back to their countries of origin, and they take what they have learned from here to our country and help in our countries and help them modernize, help them come up, help them develop. So it is very essential, because that is what is going to take us to the next level of dispensation.
I have met a lot of young kids that were born out here that really speak their vernacular, their mother tongue, and I was so shocked but happy about it. Yeah, I was. Hey, this cannot be happening. And they told me they visit their country at least every 2 years, and that is a lot of money. But there goes the sacrifice for those who really want their kids to know where they are coming from. And I think that is how we need to do it. because there is no greater joy for your child to feel at home, even in your absence. Because I heard some of them saying that they do visit even without their parents these days because they already have a foundation. They do have friends that they met back there. So whenever they feel okay to go, they can go. Of course, their parents have done the job. So now they have taken on that journey to visit even without their parents. So for me, it's a good thing.
True.
It's the best way to start this reawakening journey for us all as Africans.
Yeah, it is really nice to hear that there are those kids who have grown up from here, but then when they can speak their vernacular language, and to me it's really good. I mean, there are some people I've seen, they're Africans, and simply because he's dealing with the European, maybe he's in a relationship or what, he's even afraid to speak his mother tongue. And I'm thinking, what kind of stupidity has gotten into your mind to think that your language is so low that you have to,
inferiority complex.
Yeah, inferiority complex.
And
very stupid.
A lot of us still think that because you are dating a white person, you have arrived.
Yeah. Not knowing.
I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
And that is brainwashing.
And we are not against people who have those
interracial relationship.
They're very good, but there has to be respect for each and everyone's culture, because
that assimilating part of it is where I have problem with. And our brothers and sisters do not even, I'm not sure if they're aware of who they are to begin with. I have a problem with that. Yeah. Where you cannot create a balance in that situation.
Because I remember there was a time I was with a certain friend, and this person he's dating a white, and then we go somewhere, and there were African brothers around, and then I had this person telling the friend that, "Oh, forgive me, I'm going to speak in my language." I'm like, why do you have to even apologize?
Do the Germans really care if you don't understand what they are saying?
Yeah, do they care?
They don't.
They don't care. So why should you apologize to someone who you have just met here and you're saying, "Oh, I need to apologize because I want to speak it"? That is inferiority complex, and that actually shows you're stupid because you don't know where you come from. You're not, I don't know.
A lot of us are in a situation where we cannot even cook our traditional meal in our various homes.
Exactly. These are some of the things that African parents need to...
I am sorry, but I once was in a relationship, and it was with a Westerner. So that was some years back, and she asked me to make some food, African food. Yeah. When I was making vegetable and a little bit of fufu there. So after I cooked, when I did the seasoning, it was good. So I gave her a slice of meat. She had it. It was really tasty. And she was so excited. So when I began to put the other, ingredients, the condiments, some crayfish, the same changes. Put this, and I was like, oh, she began to feel a little bit uncomfortable. I looked at her in serious dismay. And I'm like, wait a minute. Is this what I'm going to put in my stomach that you're playing with like that? So when the food was ready, I got it served and we started eating. She could not eat. She was just playing with her finger. I said, look, let me show you how to eat this food. Yeah. This is how you have to smash the fufu. Yeah. Get it ready. 5 fingers all have to be busy. Massaging. And then you take it and then you get, a pinch of vegetable, you put it in your mouth and then the fufu goes. Yeah. This is how you eat it. She tried and she was like, oh, I cannot eat this. I don't like the smell. I said, come on. This food that you are playing with fed gladiators. Yeah. This food fed heroes that went for war and defeated all their battles because of this food. So you cannot be playing with what my ancestors ate. Yeah. I don't play with your food. When you serve me with, even if I don't like it, I have to eat it. Yeah. To make you feel comfortable. So how therefore can you not make the same sacrifice that I make to you? Or you think your food is more of importance than mine? No. Everybody loves what they have as their culture. So you do not belittle mine with you trying to close your nostrils. I can't take that. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So I think this is what people need to do. You shouldn't be sorry trying to prove your point.
True.
You shouldn't be sorry trying to hold your culture right.
Yeah.
I'm stuck with the whole thing.
Yeah.
So if we as elders cannot do this, I wonder what our children are going to be doing by the time they are of our ages.
Yeah. It is really not, it's not really good. I mean, I don't know, but if culture defines you and I don't know, but that is what we think, and I think it's very prudent that we as Africans stand up for our values and we appreciate who we are, because it's how we were designed. It is not a mistake that we are Africans. It's not a mistake that you were born in Africa and you're living in the diaspora. No, that is not your mistake. So just embrace it, because that is who you are at the end of the day. Even when you're gone, you'll still be remembered as a person from Africa, and not because you are in, maybe if you have come here and you have gotten citizenship, good, it's nice, but I mean, you don't, your roots are never here, and they don't belong here. They belong somewhere, and that is the reality some people don't want to hear, but that is it. That's a fact.
You know, a lot of us still feel like we are not going back. Oh, what is even in that Africa? But I'm sorry to tell you, Africa is where the future is, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, true.
Africa is where the future is.
Exactly.
So, my last words for us will be not to minimize, not to look down, not to feel like because you are out of Africa, you have nothing to do with it. Africa was born in you. So you cannot dispute that fact or deny yourself of your right to function in your complete ability as an African. So once again, I really appreciate us all for taking out this time to be again with us on Sculpt Quest, and thank you very much, brother, for sharing with us this wonderful moment, and for, you know, actually educating us of some of this important aspect that we need to look into as Africans. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe.